Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Mangg Plays the Best Games of All Time. And it's Marvel, baby! We're looking at Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes. So, it has been a fat minute since we looked at a fighting game, I guess. The last one was Soul Calibur a couple years ago, in 1998. And this is the first and only Marvel vs. Capcom game on the list, even though I think a lot of people mention that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is better, perhaps? Maybe that's a contentious point. I did do a Google search right before starting this of like best fighting games of all time, and this wasn't mentioned a whole lot in the year 2023. I saw a lot of newer games mentioned. You know, I'm not a fighting person. We've gone over this many times, so there isn't really much for me to judge on whether or not it is or isn't one of the best games of all time. But it is kind of cool. I like Marvel, I like Capcom, and I like that video of the guy commenting on Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where he tells Magneto asks him where his curly mustache is, things like that. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we're just gonna play it, and that's that. Originally, it was released in the arcade, of course, but it was ported to the Dreamcast. Actually, it wasn't ported to the Dreamcast, I don't think. It was like kind of designed for the Dreamcast.
New Age of Heroes.
Alongside the arcade. And then it was ported to the PS2 and Xbox. And eventually Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Store, but it was later removed because, you know, licensing anything Marvel is probably a fucking nightmare. So the Dreamcast version is the most faithful console version of the game, and I believe it's what they use for tournaments, I think. So yeah, we're playing the Dreamcast version. Let's get her started. We're gonna do arcade mode, as if we were in the arcade. Here are our characters right out the gate. Looks like there's some unlockable ones, but we have Guile, Amingo, Cyclops, Wolverine, Psylocke, Marrow, Sansan, Ryu, Zangief, Ruby Heart, Cable, Iceman, Spider-Man, Captain America, Hayato, Anakaris, Sakura, T-Bon, Doctor Doom, Venom, Hulk, Rogue, Jill, and Strider Hiryu. So plenty of these I recognize. Some of them I really... is Anakaris from anything, or I don't know. What, T-Bon? I mean, I assume it's from something. I think I recognize most of the Marvel characters, but yeah, beyond that. So, you'll notice that Magneto is not unlocked at the start. I don't know if there's a code that we'd have to put in, but I'm not going to go too much effort for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I apologize. I'm not a fighting game person. So, of course, we're just going to play as Hulk, because, obviously. And we can select type. It recommends type B, the dash type. Sure. And then you get to pick your... It's a 2v2 system. So it's like tag team, or 3v3. I'm sorry. So we may as well go with Captain America. Okay, also dash type, and then round out our Avengers picks, I guess, and probably go with Spider-Man. Maybe it's really dull, lame choices here that I picked all Marvel. But I don't really... I mean, what would I pick from Capcom? It would be like Ryu, basically, and that's kind of boring. Turbo speed, of course. There, all our opponent... No, okay, I think Cyclops is in there. Alright, let the button mashing commence. Oh, Cable, I'm sorry, not... Oh, we got Grey Hulk. Doesn't he sound like Hulk? That is an embarrassing voice acting for Hulk. Okay, there's Spider-Man. Okay, and then we got Green Captain America. Oh, I blocked it. That was cool. This music is interesting. Fuck, 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 fuck. Okay, hold on. I got level 3. I'm gonna fucking do some shit to your face. Oh. Okay, just keep bringing in new characters. They never expect it. Okay, I don't know how to do any special moves. Obviously. I can just keep bringing... What button is bring in? Okay, that's... Okay, I got it now. I got it. Boom. We got Ruby Heart. Okay, that also brings in people. Alright. And those buttons don't do anything. Okay. Gamma Charge. Hulk's catchphrase, as you know. I can't... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do any of the special moves. If I do any button combos, it just brings in Spider-Man. There, I mean, I don't know. I guess... Yeah, just always do the classic Hadouken combo. Yeah. Shield slide. Shield slag? What is he saying? Ooh! Ooh! Oh no, it's T-Bon! This was Diva's inspiration, I think. Bring in the Hulk, they never expect it. Oh, this must be from Mega Man, okay. Fuck.
Time over.
Oh, we won. Okay.
Oh man, I almost had a heart attack there. You win.
All right. Well, that was simple. Oh, it's Hayato. This music is just not what I would expect from a fighting game. I'm just trying out different moves, you know how it be. I mean, listen to this soundtrack. There we go. I want some Spider-Man. Web ball. Web something. Web spall. Fuck. AI does not like to switch characters too much. Oh, okay. There we go. Bring out the captain. Do the shield slag. Shield slide. Ayato's kind of kicking my ass, man. The music, it's throwing me off. And I don't know how to do any special moves, which is really disappointing. Of course, they can do special moves.
Come on.
Oh, that was cool. Like, you see like Eddie Brock in the middle there. Alright, so I think it looks really cool. And it's like, you know, we have Spider-Man fighting Venom. Like, how is this not a video game nowadays? Like, how do we not have a video game where Spider-Man's fighting Venom? You know? You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know, because it's like, is Marvel vs. Capcom 3 better? Okay, we still won. Maybe Marvel vs. Capcom 3 just looks better, plays better, is better. I don't know. Maybe it has more characters too. Who knows? You know, in looking at people discussing the best fighting games of all time, this game was mentioned, so I'll give it that. But I think number 3 was mentioned slightly more. Oh, he dropped his shield. Interesting. Gamma charge. Shit, it's Pringles. Fuck the Knicks! Fuck the Knicks! Oh god, Ryu came in. Yeah! Yeah! It's just like the Avengers movie. Who's fucking kicking my ass? This is job for the Hulk. There you go. Oh god. I can't. I'm not a good person to judge, like I said. Discussions of the best fighting games of all time is for people that spend hundreds of hours playing a single fighting game, you know. And that's what they do. They play fighting games. Those are the people that know and should discuss it. So that's why I go to, you know, discussions on the internet and see what people say. And fuck, Spider-Man. And I don't know, it doesn't seem to be in general in like the top 5, but there's more than 5 fighting games on this list, and we've looked at some real stinkers. This is certainly playable to a layman. Oh, there I dropped my shield. I'm gonna probably lose, by the way. I think once the time runs out, I'm out. I don't know how to do any special moves. Okay.
I just can't believe it. You're amazing. You lose.
But let alone, no. Let alone discussing one of the best fighting games of all time. Is it one of the best games of all time? Tricky one. Very tricky.
Don't give up. Challenge again.
Let's look at IGN's top 10 best fighting games of all time. Very specifically, all time. This was updated, apparently, September 15th. So, 10 days ago. I don't know what they updated, but we'll see. Mortal Kombat from 2011 is number 10, followed by Skullgirls, Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, Killer Instinct on the Xbox One, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, King of Fighters 13, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Tekken 7, Guilty Gear Strive, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. There's your list. No mention of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Here's Polygon, top 13 best fighting games. Guilty Gear Strive, Soul Calibur 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Capcom presents.
And here's what they have to say about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Despite a lasting legacy as one of the greatest entries in the fighting game genre, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has become woefully difficult to play in 2023. But with its iconic roster, 3 vs 3 team-based mechanics, and stellar music, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 remains a high watermark in the fighting game scene. Unless you want to drain your wallet with the deluxe arcade cabinet or download Marvel vs. Capcom 2 through other means, the fighting game icon may be out of your reach. In that case, you can play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is also pretty good. Okay, so... wow, this one also mentions Killer Instinct from 2013. That's really surprising. I would not think that that's really like a notable entry. But they also both mentioned Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, so that must be pretty good. But yeah, we very specifically are interested in the discussion about of all time. So here's Game Informer, top 30 greatest fighting games of all time. Let me just scroll down until I see Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Top 30, it should be on there. It has to be.
Capcom presents.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is at number 19. Yep, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, number 6. Yeah, okay. Let's look at one more discussion.
New Age.
Let's go to Reddit. The Fighters subreddit, best fighting game of all time. Let's see where we see Marvel vs. Capcom 2 mentioned. Here someone says they need to shout out Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Not a game I have extensive time in, but it's still a well-loved classic.
Capcom presents.
Here, in a big list of a whole lot of games, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, probably the best Marvel vs. Capcom ever made, a pure joy in every sense. Wow, that does sound like best game of all time material. Pure joy in every sense. Okay, I mean, it's mentioned here and there. I mean, my God, this person mentioned like 30 games. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is just one of them that they threw in there. You know, it's just like... yeah, I mean, I see just as many mentions for 3 as I do for 2. And some of these posts about number 2 seem to be more like its influence and its kind of place in the tournament scene and things like that. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I can't argue. I can't say one way definitively, yes or no. I just am trying to give some context as to maybe where it sits nowadays. Again, we go back to the comment about how difficult it is to actually play legitimately nowadays. Being basically impossible unless you actually own, like, you know, a copy for the Dreamcast or something. And from the sound of it, I don't think it'll ever really be available, and I doubt we'll ever get another Marvel vs. Capcom game. If Marvel's gonna make a fighting game at this point, it's gonna be a Marvel fighting game, you know? So it is what it is, and maybe 3 is better, maybe it isn't. I will say, looking at screenshots of 3, I certainly prefer the 2D look of this one as a personal preference. But yeah, I don't know. It's a no vote. I don't know what else to say about it. So there you have it. But all right. My name is Mangg. This has been Mangg Plays the Best Games of All Time with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I'll see you fine folks around.